Welcome back to another video. Today we need to talk about the most important issue that we are facing in crypto right now, and that is the FTX contagion. So FTX, of course, it is gone. It is absolutely destroyed. Now the contagion is spreading to the people who were closest with FTX. So that is the case with Solana. Solana was crashing very hard yesterday. Today it is recovering a little bit, but the reputation for Solana is absolutely gone. And the same thing for FTX, of course. Sam Bankman-Fried will never have a job in crypto anymore. And in my opinion, this is great because he was the single biggest scammer of all time in the crypto space. And that is saying something. Solana was a partner in crime along with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. Other exchanges were affected as well. And that's why we are talking about this now. So in the long term, I think it is very positive that we clean up the crypto system of all this garbage so crypto can restart at a clean state, because right now it is very dirty. There's a lot of over leveraged players who are trading with the customers' crypto, and that's the reason why FTX collapsed in the first place. Of course, in the short term, it is very painful, especially for the people who were misled by scammer YouTubers promoting FTX as if it was the next great thing. We made fun of one of them, so you probably already heard about this, but Binance walked away from the FTX deal after seeing the books. So basically, they saw a 8 billion red number, and they said, well, we are not going to waste $8 billion to save a scam exchange, especially because the FTX name is completely spoiled. Even the brand name is not worth anything, probably a negative number. In the last report I saw, it grew to $10 billion in the negative, so FTX completely insolvent. Alameda Research already closed their own website. It is private now. I think people were making memes of the Alameda Research team, and I guess they didn't like that, so they took down the website. Sam Bankman-Fried said that he will close down Alameda Research. This is a huge win for crypto because Alameda Research, the biggest asshole market maker, is gone forever. That's great to see, and I hope he will go to jail very soon. I will be making a video and laughing at his face when it happens. We will see though, because he has very strong connections with the deep state in the US. He's friends with the Clintons and the Democrats. He's one of the biggest donors in the US elections. He's kind of like a mini Soros, except unlike George Soros, he's too greedy and too stupid. So he wasted all his money and he basically destroyed himself with a little help from CZ here. All it took was a single tweet for the FTX empire to collapse. And now we are facing a very tricky situation because other exchanges could be very much affected, either because they had exposure in FTX or simply because people are withdrawing and they don't have enough funds. So Crypto.com is one of those exchanges that was wasting money on stupid things. So they named a stadium and they paid billions of dollars for that. Now that we are in a bear market, they probably don't have enough money to survive in the long term. If I had to guess, Crypto.com is positioned to be the next FTX. They are already halting some stablecoin deposits. The last report I've seen, their reserves of stablecoins are extremely low. They were facing massive outflows, and not only Crypto.com, but also on Kucoin. So on Kucoin futures, they actually stopped trading for a moment there, and now they are blocking withdrawals as well. Alameda Research was one of the market makers for Kucoin, and when FTX collapsed, they needed the money, so they withdrew everything from Kucoin in an attempt to save FTX. Of course, that failed. FTX is bankrupt. But now the question remains, is Kucoin safe? Is Crypto.com safe? We don't know. People are facing withdrawal issues. So my suggestion, if you are on one of these exchanges, Kucoin and Crypto.com, I would withdraw everything. I would recommend Binance, of course, because they have proof of funds. So Bahamas freezes FTX assets. This is news from today, and calls for liquidators. So Bahamas got tired of FTX and they said, you know what, Sam Bankman-Fried is actually a scammer, and we're gonna take care of this because Sam Bankman-Fried, he is a compulsive liar. Actually, hours before FTX collapsed, he was saying that the funds on FTX were fine. So I guess Bahamas finally making a decision to freeze FTX assets. And now we have a great tweet from CZ. So he said a couple days ago, never use a token you created as collateral. That's what FTX was doing. They created FTT and they said, well, we have supposedly billions of dollars in FTT token, but it is completely illiquid. If they try to sell that, it would go to zero. And of course, when FTX was facing liquidity issues, FTT token just collapsed. All those supposed billions that they had were gone. Number two, don't borrow if you run a crypto business. Don't use capital efficiently. Have a large reserve. And that is so important. Sam Bankman-Fried was trying to make a bank out of a crypto exchange, doing fractional reserve, gambling with users' funds. And here he just completes, Binance has never used BNB for collateral, and we have never taken on debt. And not only that, they just released their reserves. So they said here the commitment to transparency, and that is what exchanges will do from now on. That's very important. CZ was talking about the importance of transparency. People should be able to see their reserves in real time. And that's what CZ was already doing. All these addresses were already public, but now it's all nicely in a single list. So you can check that for yourself. So we have BTC. Binance has 475,000 Bitcoin in reserves, 4.8 million Ethereum, $17.6 billion in Tether, $21.7 billion in BUSD, 600 million USDC, and 58 million BNB tokens. Soon they will report about the other tokens. How can you not love an exchange that simply tells you like it is? It doesn't try to scam you. I never seen Binance lying. And that is why I support Binance here on the channel. I've been with them since 2017 when they were founded. And I have yet to see a bad move for Binance. I think they're a phenomenal place to trade. Binance does not take on debt. They don't trade on customers' funds. You can sign up with the link below. 20% off your Binance trading fees for life, plus some cashback vouchers, some bonus if you complete some tasks within 7 days of opening your account. So that is what I wanted to talk today. We will go back to making fun of some scammers, YouTubers, and everyone who promotes scams on crypto. But I thought it was very important to talk about the fundamentals of crypto exchanges and the exchanges that are most likely to face issues going forward. In my opinion, that is Crypto.com and second, Kucoin. We will see if they can survive in the coming weeks.